James and the trucks.
It had been a beautiful day on the island of Sodor. The trains ran on time and everyone was looking forward to a nice evening. Edward was busy shunting in the yards when James glided into the station. Edward was impressed. He could see that James was glowing with pride. "Hello, James. I must say, you certainly look cheerful." "Thank you, Edward. Sir Topham Hatt knows I'm a really useful engine again, ever since I made the best of a bad situation." "What happened, if I may ask?" "Well, it went a little something like this." And this is the story James told him. "Trucks! Dirty trucks and dirty sidings! Yuck!" grumbled James. After an incident with the post train, Sir Topham Hatt ordered him to shunt trucks in the yard. Of course, James wasn't too pleased about this. "I should be out on the main line, pulling nice shiny coaches. But no, I'm stuck working here because of one silly mistake." "Wasn't it two silly mistakes?" asked Philip innocently. "Grrr! Never mind, got to go." And Philip scuttled away. James was cross, but he knew he had to do his job well to win back Sir Topham Hatt's trust. He returned to work at once. Later, when James stopped to fill up on water, Diesel oiled into the yard. "Well, well, well, what do we have here? Is it a new goods engine I see? Or a shunting engine, perhaps?" "Be quiet, Diesel. I'm only pulling goods until I'm allowed to pull coaches again." "I don't see that happening anytime soon. After your little mishap with the mail, Sir Topham Hatt would never let you pull..." Before Diesel could finish, the station master walked up. "James, could you fetch Gordon's coaches, please? His train departs in a few minutes." "Right away, sir." "Diesel, whilst James is doing that, could you finish shunting his train?" "Me? Why can't James do it?" "Because he's shunting the coaches, and this train is important. It needs to be taken to Brendam right away." "Fine." Diesel proceeded to assemble the train, but he wasn't paying attention to what he was doing. In front of him, there was a truck sitting on the points. Diesel didn't see it until it was too late. He hit the truck hard, causing its front wheels to derail.
"Whoops," he said half-heartedly. Diesel looked around the yard. No one else had seen what had happened. Diesel snickered to himself.
"James is surely in for a surprise."
Diesel quickly moved the derailed trucks onto the brake van. Then he assembled the rest of the train. And scuttled away.
By the time James returned, Diesel was gone, and it had seemed that the train was ready to go. "Looks like my work is done. Now time to..." But before James could finish, the station master walked up.
"James, can you please take these trucks to Brendam? The ship leaves soon, and the goods on this train are needed right away."
"Of course I'll do it. This is the thing to show Sir Topham Hatt how useful I am." James wasted no time. Beknownst to him, one of the trucks was derailed. Come on, let's get a move on." All right, don't fuss. As James left the yard, he heard a terrible grinding sound, as if something was being dragged along. "These silly trucks are trying to hold me back. I've got to keep moving," he thought. But James was very wrong indeed. James puffed down the line with his train. He was finding it difficult to keep moving. Come on. Percy was at a red signal, taking his empty mail cars back to the yard. He looked down the line and saw James. Thick clouds of smoke puffed from his funnel. He looked red in the face and seemed to be struggling. James, are you okay? Asked Percy. Everything's fine, Percy. Nothing I can't manage. James! Yelled out Percy. I know, Percy. The trucks are playing tricks on me. I can beat them. But James! But James was too far away to hear him. The trucks, however, realized that one of them was derailed. Stop, James! Stop! They shouted, but James was determined not to fall for any of their tricks. I won't give up! I won't give up! I won't give up! Up ahead was a red signal. James had to stop. Bother that signal! We need to get to the docks right away! Calm down, old boy. We'll get there soon enough. Just then the guard walked up. Driver, you may want to come take a look at this. The driver, fireman, and guard walked along the train where they noticed that a truck wasn't fully on the rails. No wonder we heard a grinding noise. When did this happen? Beats me, but if we don't do something about it, we're going to be late. Oh no, sighed James. I must have bumped the truck too hard when I was shunting earlier. Now this train is going to be late, and it's all my fault. James was now sure he was never going to pull coaches again. That is, until something caught his eye. What's that over there? That's just a pile of old sleepers that were replaced a while back. Why do you ask? What if we place them behind the wheel of the truck and use them to re-rail the truck? It's worth a shot. I'll ask the signalman if we can use them. The guard quickly ran up to the box and told the signalman about their idea. When he said yes, they put their plan into action. Using the sleepers, they were able to make a bed for the truck's derailed wheels. Then James ran around to the back to pull the end of the train until the trucks were guided safely onto the rails. You! I thought we'd never solve this. You and I both. Now come on, we've got a train to deliver. Wasting no time, James quickly set off. The trucks, who were now running smoothly, behaved the rest of the journey. At the docks, the ship was almost ready to leave. Salty and Porter were waiting anxiously for James. Soon, they heard a loud whistle, and James triumphantly brought the train to a stop. I finally made it! Thank goodness! James! We were worried you wouldn't make it in time. Quickly, uncouple from your truck so we can unload them. James, still feeling tired, was uncoupled from the train. He pulled beside Henry, who was waiting for another train. This is the worst! What is? Diesel derailed some of my trucks while he was shunting my train. I'll be late because of him. Really? One of my trucks came off the line too. Do you thank Diesel? I think he did. That does it! Something needs to be done about him. I couldn't agree more, said a familiar voice. It was Sir Topham Hatt. I heard about what happened, James, and I am very proud of you. Thanks to your quick thinking, you were able to fix the problem and get the train here on time. As a reward, you shall be back on passenger duty tomorrow. Oh, thank you, sir! And what happened to Diesel? Well, Sir Topham Hatt scolded him, and apparently he's been sent to work with another engine who can teach him to work with trucks properly. I see. Just then, the guard's whistle blew. Well, that's my whistle. I'll see you later, Edward. And with that, James left the station. That James, I must say, he definitely learned his lesson. Just then, Diesel pulled beside Edward. Hello, Edward, oiled Diesel. Sir Topham Hatt told me you were in need of my, expertise, so I've come to help out. Edward smiled. Oh yes, I'm sure he did. Right this way, Diesel.
And Edward showed Diesel to the yard. I hope Diesel will learn his lesson like James. Don't you?